Hello, welcome. On today's tutorial, we are going to show you some scientific shortcuts you can use for your Microsoft Word exercises. So the first of which is the equation editor. So you want to type some equations and then you want to pop up the equation editor. The shortcut is to use alternate key plus equal to, and then you can see what the equation editor window is opened. So you can see some other equations. Very soon we are going to make a tutorial on how to use some of these equations, right? Good. Now the next is if you want to get superscript. So you want to write a squared or b squared or whatever you have, you want to square it. So we have a2, right? Good. So if you want to have 2 as a superscript, you use control plus shift plus equal to. You now see that what the 2 is now a superscript, right? Good. So you now have x squared, b squared, whatever you have squared. Now the next thing is if you want to have a subscript, just like we have for example water, that's H2O. So if we say we have CH2 and then we want to have these two as a subscript, we still highlight it and then we go with control plus equal to. You now see that it's now what a subscript. Now another thing is we have this general font dialog box where you can also see the options for superscript and subscript. So if you want to open that, you use Ctrl Shift F. Now the font editor is open where you can select the font type, the font style, the size. You can also see some effects like the superscript and the subscript, maybe caps small, all caps and all of that, right? Good. So this window helps you to do some of these editings, right? Good. So that's for the equation formatting. Now if you want to change a font to symbol, so let's say I type Apple there and then I want to change this font to symbol. What I'm going to do is just to highlight it and then I'll use Ctrl Shift Q. You now see that the APPLE has now been changed to what symbol, and you now see that under the font we no longer have the different types of font, but we now have what symbol. So if you know the particular symbol that a letter represents, you can just type it and then it will convert the letter to the symbol, right? Good. So that's one shortcut for you to move from normal fonts to symbols. If you have a specific Greek letter you want to insert, just like the alpha, the shortcut is for you to use alternate plus 224. You now see that the alpha is out, right? Good. So that's alpha. Similarly, if you want to also get beta, you also do what alternate plus 225. You now see that the beta is up, right? Good. Then if you want to go for gamma, you can also use what alternate plus what 947. That's for gamma. Now if you also want to get theta, how do you go about it? That's alternate plus what 233. So these are some shortcuts that can help maybe enhance your workflow when you're typing. Now we also have what the Greek delta, that's about change, right? Good. So you want to get that, you use alternate 948, right? Good. Then if you want to insert phi, right? Good. So you use what alternate 934. Similarly, if you want to get omega, just like alpha and omega, we have alternate 234, right? Good. So you can move on and on to what inserting what your sigma. That's maybe if you want to get the sum, you want to write the sum of maybe different entities. So we have alternate 931. That's the sigma, right? Good. And then pi, pi is very long, although it's very short in the word. So if you also want to get the pi, you can use alternate 227. That's pi. So these are different shortcuts that can help you insert some of these Greek letters and symbols. Now we also have mathematical symbols. When you want to do is it inequalities or so, and you need plus or minus, right? Good. So you can go alternate 0177. It gives you what plus or minus, right? Good. And then the same way we add sigma somewhere around here. Okay, that's sigma, right? Good. We can also have summation, right? Good. So we have alternate 8721, and that's the summation. Now, if you want to type in square root, maybe square root of a number or whatever the case is, you use alternate 8730. You now see that the square root is off. Maybe you now open a bracket with the number, so maybe you just put it directly inside of the square root. Now, if you also want to get less than or equal to, you go with alternate 8804. Similarly, if you want to go with greater than or equal to, you can go with what alternate 8805. So you see how these shortcuts can help streamline or maybe make your workflow very fast. We also have some other scientific symbols. Remember that these were mathematical symbols. Now we also have some scientific symbols. No, you want to write degrees maybe for your angles, maybe for your temperatures, or maybe other units, you can go with what alternate 0176. That gives you what degree. So you can now have, let's say, 90 degrees, right? Good. Then if you also want to insert the partial derivative, maybe you're doing calculus, you go with alternate 8706, and then it brings out what the partial derivative. Then if you want to insert the infinity symbol, it never ends, so you go with alternate 8734. You now see what the infinity symbol is out, right? Good. Then finally, if you want to insert the section symbol, maybe for your research work, you now go with what alternate 0167, right? Good. So it's up. So we have shown you about 23 shortcuts that you can use in your maybe data formatting, or maybe when you're typing on the Microsoft Word, and you want to bring in some equation formatting, Greek letters and symbols, mathematical symbols, scientific symbols, and all of that. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, you can encourage us by subscribing, and then you can share with your friends and your colleagues, and then we'll ensure to bring back quality videos like this subsequently. So until we see you on the next tutorial, ensure you keep staying safe and have a fantastic time. Bye.